I like that thing that you think isn't going to last very long because you're going to layer some more things on top of it, and then as you keep going, you start to realize that those first immediate movements are all still there and they're all part of its history, and there's really no way to cover it up, and that'll be a little frustrating for a while, and then it becomes the things that I like most about watercolor, is being able to see through time with the piece and the layers. I'm Susan Montgomery, and I'm showing my work at Augusta Savage in the Reserve Passages exhibit with Richard Yarde. I went to grad school at UMass Amherst and did my first year there. I met Richard. Like when you learn from someone, you learn something at the time, and then there's, more time passes and you reflect, and those lessons sort of grow in a different way where you weren't able to understand things before, and then all of a sudden, it starts to kind of reveal itself. So I think that knowing that that was something he was strong and amazing at, those spaces being left undone, such a big part of his, I didn't think it was a part of mine. And then when the show came about and I was trying to find connections between our pieces, and then you start to realize, oh, actually that is something I've been paying a lot of attention to, and I didn't know how it all came, and then I'm like, oh, that's where it all came from. Those spaces, those are like the left out parts. It's really fun because you don't do anything, and then they weigh so much, and they suggest instead of stating, which is always a really nice thing, and they're kind of like pauses. My son he just graduated in forestry, and so he has these particular interests in trees and plants and things like that. And I think that's influenced me with my love of plants, but mine are the poison ones. I think it started off even thinking about them as healing plants, and then liking things that have two sides to them, that the plants can heal and that they can also cause harm. And I found that really interesting, which then led me to lots of reading about different women who had been accused of poisoning throughout history. The one behind you are two sisters that were accused of poisoning some of their boarders, and were, eventually they were killed, imprisoned and killed. But when you look back on how it was researched and how they were tried in the court records, it's not so clear that they actually poisoned these people, that it just as easily could have been the fact that there was a lot of illness at the time for many different reasons. At first I thought, I want to do something about Richard. So he had been working with the Sojourner Truth, and he painted from photographs. Richard has a couple of those that he would work from the cabinet cards, and you see the yellow and the Sojourner Truth. And so I really wanted to do a painting that was very clearly inspired by something that he had done, and it turns out twice in her life she was accused of poisoning. I'm really excited about bringing my students to see, or encouraging young artists that I've taught to see his work and have that experience. So that I'm really excited about, and I'm just honored to be near and in that place and be able to show my work with Richard. Is a huge honor.